said I knew, I went and did it, bitch. WatchMeMakeIt.com. Witness it.
Ladies and ugly men, welcome to Handsome Island. I'm Handsome Contreras, and this is Watch Me Make It, where I talk mindset, money, and real estate. So, my last video, you saw me talking about the last 92, and I guess I'm gonna start doing like a little weekly check-in, let you know where we're at. As you may know, or as you may not know, if you didn't see the last video, the last 92 is my name for the fourth quarter of the year. The fourth quarter being October 1st through December 31st, it's 92 days. October, 31 days. November, 30. December, 31 days. If you're good at math, that would be 30, 30, 30, 90 plus 2, 92 days. So yeah, that's why I do it this way. Now, I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's been pretty tough. I like the way things are going. One of my main things I said I would be taking care of is my health. I just signed up a yearly membership at the gym. I said, yo, you know what? If I do this monthly thing, not only is it more costly, but it also gives me a reason to fall off and kind of try to be like, let me cancel it. But if I do the whole year, guess what that does? That puts me in gear until when? Fourth quarter of next year. So it's kind of like your New Year resolution. Mine is kind of a fourth quarter resolution. Last 92 is not something I see myself stopping. It's something I've been doing for years on end. And as I've gone through it more and more, I figure out different things that I should be doing, different ways I should attack it, different things that just make it a lot easier. One of the main things I look to add next year will be like an accountability group. I was looking to do it this time. It didn't align. I don't think I have the impact or the reach yet that I will this time next year, thanks to this, right? Thanks to this little part of my last 92. It's why I'm doing this YouTube thing, because I know my talents, I know my gifts. And one of the things in the last 92 was like, look, I'm not leaving no stone unturned. I gotta gear up and gear right. So that's one of the things that really has been part of this. In the last video, I told you guys I was going to do, the whole why exercise, and I incorporated it in one of my businesses. And not for nothing, I'm sad to say, but it actually led us to kind of realize we can't be working together. Somebody I've been working with for the last 11 months and our whys don't align. Not that we're gonna stop being friends. We just realized business-wise, we can't do it, right? Business-wise, what he sees and what I see are here, nowhere near one another. And it's not because any of us have like any ill intentions or any of us does not want to succeed. It's really just, it doesn't work, right? Like I'm more focused on purpose, right? I'm more focused on the overall spectrum, and he's more focused on the money in the now, AKA the 1 to 2 years from now, which is cool. And we could kind of make it work together, but we also realize in the short term is gonna do us a disservice. So we agreed, yo, you know what? Maybe down the line, we'll see where we're at in about a year or two, right? In his 1 or 2 year plan, because listen, when I team up with somebody, it's for a reason. So I know we have a good like symbiosis, right? Like we're really good working together. I just also know, hey, when people see things a little bit differently, you can't hold anyone back, right? Nor would I want them to hold me back. And not that any of us were bringing each other down, but in that moment of truth, that's another thing. You want to get ahead, you're gonna face moments of truth that you're just like, I don't know. And it may not be as easy to dissolve as a business relationship, right? Sometimes it might be a personal relationship. That's a whole nother thing in and of itself. And actually, I'm reading this book by Ed Milet, which I'm gonna speak on. He made a good point on how to deal with that when it comes to family members, friends, and loved ones. I'll probably make a whole video on that, but I will be talking about it. Hold me to it. I wanna see it in the comments. Like, yo, Guap, where's this whole thing about who you're dealing with? Back to the update. Sorry about that. I get caught off in tangents. I love to hear myself speak, and I know you do too. I was able to handle the physical aspect of it in terms of the gym membership, right? I've gone there twice since I started. I didn't start on October 1st. I waited. I had an appointment for for Thursday. I signed up and I went Saturday, going today, making sure that, hey, listen, I stay on the ball. Pause. Now to the mindset aspect. One of the things that I'm really trying to, you know what? Let's remove that word. No more trying, right? One of the things I am going to do is incorporate meditative practices into my life. I took what's called transcendental meditation courses, right? I did that course. I learned how to do that. They give you like a specific word and it can be done anywhere. And it's about 20, you need about 20, 22 minutes, right? Because you got to do the 20 minutes in it and then the 2 minutes to come out of it. It's a whole different process. Look it up, Transcendental Meditation. I think it's tm.org. They should have one local close to you. I did mine in Brooklyn. What up? And I got my word and everything. And I know it's a lot that I leave on the table by not doing that. Not because everybody has to meditate. Again, there is no right way for everyone. There just isn't, right? But me, I've said this before, I have a chaotic mind. I'm all over the place. My mind is always on the go. It serves me many times, but it also does a disservice to me and other times. One of those practices with meditating is to really catch yourself in the moment, hone in and calm down your central nervous system. So I look at it, a person like me that, again, I said I have like a chaotic way to the way I carry myself. I need that. I need the centering. I need the pause. It's the reason why I make my bed, right? I need the, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? And in the last 92, it's gonna take a lot. Like I said, we're only a week in. We're a week in and already I'm feeling the pressures because I didn't put a lot on my plate, but what I did put on my plate is heavy, and it will impact a lot of what goes on in 2023. So I literally have no choice but to make this work. And that's another thing. You gotta give yourself something, again, difficult enough that it scares you, but not impossible enough that you sound nuts, right? I can't tell you where the line between possible and impossible lies, but I can tell you to look at your history. I can tell you, look at what you've done before. I can tell you, hey, look at where you're at right now. What led to that? Very rarely can you reverse that in 90 days. Very rarely. So if you take little tidbits, little steps to get there, you're going to get there. It's just continuing them being consistent. This YouTube thing to me, I have to be consistent with it. It's why I'm part of an accountability group. We hold each other accountable. We have to go into this Excel sheet, say when we saw each other's videos, say what we think, yada, yada, yada. We have weekly calls. Like all these things are important to someone like myself. It's easy for everybody to say, oh, I'm self-made, I'm a going on the low. It's easy to say, it's not easy to do. Very few can. And people do. I'm not saying they don't or it doesn't exist. I have examples of that in my life. Like people that didn't have people to go back and forth with, didn't have accountability groups. They are their accountability group. But for a bigger part of the population, accountability works, right? Having someone there you can speak to works. I'm making these videos and they ain't gonna be perfect, but by video 100, you're gonna be like, whoa, look at this. Right now, if I sat there and just judged myself off of the few videos I've done over the years, I think I'm pretty dope. But I'd probably just be like, yo, you're gonna drop the ball again? What are you doing? Why are you gonna continue doing this? And that can't be the mindset. The mindset has to be, hey, what happened, but let's start developing some new habits. Let's start developing some new direction. Let's put little plays into play, right? To get to the next step. I know it's scary. I know it's difficult, but that's why the last 92 is something I feel everyone should do. And I'm actually, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm developing a course for podcasting. That's something that will be here on Watch Me Make It so that you guys can actually watch the process. But I'm also thinking of making something around the last 92. Maybe not for sale. It could possibly be just like you have to put something on the line, right? Because if there's nothing holding you to it, it's a lot easier to fall off. Like with this accountability group that I'm in for YouTube and all that, like we gave our word. My word means a lot to me. I'll let myself down before I let somebody else down.
This is a reminder. Penelope's coming.
Oh my God, Penelope's coming.
This is a reminder. Penelope's coming.
No, she's not. Alexa, you're bugging. Back to our scheduled program. So, with all that said, last 92 has been underway and everything is going as it should. I'm gonna start sharing some of the mindset practices that I do, like the personal development stuff I do in terms of my vision statement, my affirmations, the books I'm using, the journaling aspect. Again, maybe not for everybody. You know, sometimes it's like too much. You're like, oh, I'm doing all these things at once. It's taking up more time than I should. You know, Some people just get right to it. That's dope. But me, I need these steps. I like to keep things in order, especially like I said, I'm creating courses, I'm developing different practices because I want everybody to eat, man. I want everybody to get the freedom that I've gotten by taking the chances I've taken, by doing things like this, right? By risking it on myself. And I know sometimes you need somebody from like your same circle or somebody that looks like you, talks like you, acts like you to say, yo, it's doable. It's a doable thing. When it's coming from somebody you might not relate to, it's doable because they're still a human being, right? They still breathe and bleed and die, but they're not you. So you can take that easily in your head, be like, yeah, but your circumstances are different. My circumstances are yours. So if you see me doing it and getting it done, it's not impossible for you. I promise. I promise. From my mouth to God's ears. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for joining us. Remember, God is good, God is grand, God is great. Stay favored. Him.